Folks, back here at Seversky Donitz on the docks to try some more float fishing since we had some pretty good luck with it last night. And I went ahead and picked up a new ultralight telescopic just for the occasion, see how the XP compares using this and also its limited cast distance. And I picked up a couple batches of mayfly larvae, or sorry, just regular mayflies as well. So I'm going to do, to start, I'm going to have just one feeder line out there for some basic fishing, and then I'll do the telescopic and a bolo rod. See if I can keep up juggling the two. Hope everybody's week is going well. Halfway mark now to the weekend. All right, get my float set up 75 centimeters here. Throw some mayflies on, so we'll get the telescopic out. And get the bolo on. Make sure it's the right one. Same thing here. So it's going to be a little tricky with the telescopic out here because of the current. It's going to kind of not drift as well. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how effective I'll be at juggling two float rods out here. But with as good as the bite rate on Shemaya was yesterday, I figure it's worth giving it a shot. See if I can pick up some big XP. Hey there, No Clips. So the hair dye was actually part of a viewer poll I did a little over a month ago. We did a bunch of different colors up there. It was a special stream we did where everybody voted on what color to dye my hair, and pink got the most votes, and so that is why it is pink. And I think there is something on the feeder line. Yes. Okay, let's see what we got here. First fish of the night. I do plan on having another hair color stream in the future. Oh, appreciate the follow there, No Clips. I know I've seen you in the in-game chat a couple times. I always like to ask first time RF4 chatters on here what their favorite body of water to fish on is. And drifted way up there. Let me recast this. Mine is, it's kind of, I think it is now Seversky. For a while it was Oldberg, but this one's the relaxing one. You can drift out here, which is really nice, and you can do the some decent bottom fishing. And during the day, at least, the float fishing can be pretty good. Tonight's tea is a Lady Grey, which is basically Earl Grey with some added citrus tones. So I'm thinking I probably need to hold the telescopic while I'm doing this, so that way I can try to give it a little bit of extra drift distance. It should be picking up on the bite rate here pretty soon. I did check the cafe orders, and it didn't seem like there was a couple that are about to refresh that may work out in our favor, but most of them were for like gibble carp and various things that we're probably not going to catch at this location. Go. Fish on while my tea was about to drink some. All right, let's go recast these. Yeah, trying to juggle multiple float rods, it's going to take some practice, but if I can get the rhythm of it, I think it'll be really good for this area. I've got the right size 14 hook, and I've got size 16 on the telescopic here. It is a little bit cooler in game than it was yesterday, which may affect things as well. I'm wondering if it wouldn't It'd be a bad idea to put a lighter float on here. I'm not really sure. And now I've got like a 1.25 gram float on. Surprised we haven't gotten any hits on this yet, though. Temperature might be affecting it more than I thought it would. Oh, there we go. First fish on this new ultralight telescopic. What makes this a Sigil, I think. Hey, Canadian, how's it going? Got a what is it? This is a little tricky. Got a new ultralight telescopic to try out here. See if I can juggle 2 float rods out here, but this is kind of problematic. Can I get it this way? No? What's going on here? I don't know why it's not lifting all the way out. Interesting. There we go. Hey, got a float fishing gain out of it. Yeah, that was what I wanted to see. Like, that's great XP for that. So if I can get the rhythm down using 2 floats, I think we'll be in really good shape. I did buy a bunch of mayflies out at the Winding Rivulet to stock up for this. How's the Norwegian Sea going for you today? On the I got the Kama Ultra Telescopic 7 meter for my ultralight here. A little slow. That's no good. Yeah, got another one on. So I'm hoping to get some of those Shemaya like we were last night. Get some crazy XP out here. Looks like another Sigil, I think. I just gotta figure out the strategy for actually getting them brought in with this telescopic because it's acting a little bit weird. Come on. Any ideas what might be causing this? I wonder if I should have gone with like the 4 meter instead. Just put the dang net in the water. Come on. It's like this. It's too. Yeah, there's like the rod is too long to get it up out of the water or something. I don't know. It might be because I'm on a dock. Maybe I need to move over to the shoreline. Hey, Hiko. How's it going? I'm out here fumbling with the telescopic, trying to figure out how to make it work on the dock. Because it does not want to. To like flick the fish up or something. How long? Any idea what kind of fish it was you were fighting at least? Sucks to have to do that. There we go. Because it seems like I need to have the fish at like just the right length away from the dock. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Baltic sturgeon. Oof. Yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago, Gamer caught that one that was like 150 something kilos, like a 5-hour fight. Brutal. Yeah, I got this new ultralight telescopic rod, which if I can, I was having really good luck getting Shemaya out here last night that were great XP. So I wanted to give an ultralight some trials out here because of the 100% XP bonus. I think this could be a really good leveling spot if it works out. But I'm starting to regret getting the 7-meter rod. I probably should have gone for the 4-meter since I'm fishing from a dock. Got 3 fish so far, couple sitchel. This one's pretty decent. Where'd you land that, or not land, but fight that sturgeon at? Was it on October or something? Or at the archipelago? Archipelago, okay. Sucks that you had to let it go though. Ah, rough. At least you were able to alt F4 before he fully spooled you and took the tackle, though, I guess. Looks like I've got something on the feeder. Yeah, there it goes. Very delayed in setting off the bite alarm. A tiny white-eye bream. Alright, so one of these has a fish on it, I think. Or started to. Let's see if it gets back on. No. Alright, go ahead and recast. Oh, got the fish on anyways. Alright. Little baby chub. I think the temperature is causing the bite rate to be a lot less than it was last night, though, because I think it was over 25 degrees in game. We were getting that big bite rate yesterday. But, yep, moving on. Tonight it's only, or today it's only about 16 degrees, so see how it goes. Seems to be more Citrus when it's cooler, more Shemaya when it's warm. There we go. There we go. Another little Citrus there. It's like a shad, I think. That might be a Citrus. So yeah, this is the tricky part with using the telescopic here. There we go. To like get it just the right length away and then use the net. Getting a pretty good bite rate though, mostly Citrus. I can imagine trying to juggle 3 float rods though. Wonder how this telescopic would do on winding and Balaya. Be a little risky because it's got like a 2.2 kilo max capacity, but going after some of the gudgeon and bleak and stuff like that might be pretty good. Yeah, 4 rods at once. That'd be great for feeder fishing, that's for sure. There was one of the fishing sims I think had like a 5 rod holder, which is almost overkill at that point. All right, so I think in order to have both floats lined up, whenever I'm ready to recast one, I probably need to go ahead and recast both so that the floats are close enough to be able to see each one. All right, everything's both getting fish on. Missed that one. Got this one though. Another little chub. Wonder, are there any rig types you can change on telescopics? I wonder if there's one that has like a better hook setting to it or something like that. It's a little more forgiving. Definitely not easy to be switching between the two, but bite rate's pretty good. I think once I get used to it, it'll be worth it. I need to get a lighter float for the bolo as well. Change a few rigs. Okay, I'll take a. This one. Ah, missed it. I'll take a look real quick and then we'll recast these. Let's see. Change. Guess maybe when you get to these higher level ones, possibly. Doesn't look like I can change any right now though, which the bolo I think is the only one I have access to. Maybe the slider float. Let's see. Slider float, where is that at? Nope. So maybe you can do slider float at 50. We'll see, I guess, when I get there. I wish they would add actual multi-rod holders into RF4 so you don't have the whole like rod is too close thing like that. Be a nice little quality of life change. Go. There's a Shemai. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Nice little 4,300 XP for a second's worth of work. That's what I like to see. Imagine that if you were on a premium and happy hour, that's like 8,000 XP right there. We got here another Shemai. I think that's the tiniest Shemai I've ever gotten. Yeah, definitely need to look into doing a. Actually, I don't know if it'd be better to put a lighter float on the bolo or use a heavier float on the telescopic so that it drifts a little bit slower. So I feel like it might be better to have a slower drift for these fish. Go ahead and try that. See, 2 gram. Well, that may be a little difficult to see. The test is 5 gram on this, so. Yeah, I guess if there's any like 3 gram floats, I might be able to do something with that. Man, something keeps taking the bolo one underwater, but not latching on. That's interesting. So speaking of telescopic fishing, this fixed, where is it? There's that fixed float setup. Does that make it so that fish put less stress on your line when you're using a telescopic? So are the fish out there on server that you get with float fishing, are they pretty small? I wonder if I can utilize these rods I've got for it, or if I need to upsize a bit. Looks like we've got something on the bottom rod. Let's go ahead and reel that in. Mostly pretty small. Okay, good. There's a roach. Go ahead and recast these. Yeah, under the float fishing, there's this fixed line rig, which I'm assuming this is, it's worded differently than other rig types, but I'm assuming that's the one that increases trophy chance for telescopic. It's just weirded in a weird way. Might be something I invest in. No little sigil there. Another one on the bottom line. Yeah, float fishing is definitely, I think, hands down the least popular fishing style on here. River mussel, I think it's mostly just used for specific accounts trying to get like ultralight and telescopic records, but I think it's a little underrated. I think there's good opportunities for leveling with it for the since you can get such cheap ultralight options for it. Fish keep hitting when I'm drinking my tea. Tricky little buggers. That was a bad cast. Go ahead and recast this one. Hydrate. Alrighty. No doubt a trophy Shemaya will hop on while I'm doing this. Yeah, I think for leveling, if you can find the right spot, there could be some merit to float fishing. Ah, appreciate that, Canadian. I'll let you know. Luckily, they had the small packs of mayflies in stock over at Wind and Rivulet, so I stocked up over there. Yeah, got something nibbling on the bolo. Missed it again. I almost feel like it'd be better to just have a second telescopic out here rather than this bolo, because it's the timing with the bolo is a lot trickier when you're trying to manage multiple rods. I think something's on the bolo. All right, I'm just gonna put the bolo away for now, I think, and just put a second telescopic out, because trying to time that is just about impossible. Got 14 I can put on. Yeah. So I mean, if you're going for larger fish, having the reel is nice. And if you're doing just one float, it's pretty helpful. It's also a lot less risky. Like if with the problem with these telly rods is that if a fish gets on that's bigger than your rod can handle, then it's just going to immediately snap it. And you're going to lose your bobber and your hook and bait. So it's definitely a lot safer. The problem is there's like the weird interaction of having to lock the reel and jerk the line up in a very short window. And so when you're trying to juggle multiple rods, it's kind of hard to just to get that timing. I think the main advantage of a bolo setup though is the cast range and accuracy. You can really get to certain spots that you can't get to with a telescopic. And the river mussel? Yeah. I think I saw a nibble on one of the tellies there. Maybe not. Then again, so I guess the downside of trying to use the second telescopic is that limited range for the drifting. So I'll keep trying this and see if I can get this timing down a little better. Something's nibbling away on that, but not quite taking the hook. I wish there were some float setups that had some level of auto hooking similar to the bottom rods. Would be nice. Something's goodness. Going after both floats at the same time. Keeping me on my toes here. Another citral. Try this again. I guess whatever was nibbling on the bottom rod there either gave up or it's like a little tiny clupanella that's not moving the line at all. Check that in a minute here. Bobbers are moving side to side here now. Good. Another citral. Lots of citral today. Hey, another float fishing game. That's what I like to see. Maybe we'll get lucky and get another one of those citral cafe orders like we had last night that was worth like 50 silver. Those are fine. Let me check this. Nope. Okay, so I did give up on the hook, whatever was messing with it earlier. Go. Come on over here, fish. Yeah, there's our first shad of the night. Not too bad. to 19 fish already, so definitely getting a much higher bite rate going with 2 floats rather than 2 feeder rods here. Even with all the fish that I've been missing from trying to juggle the 2. Hey, missed that. Definitely not easy to juggle the 2 floats. Every time I go to pick up some tea. Let's go. Another Citral, it looks like. Yep, not too bad. All right, see if I can take a sip of tea for once here. There we go. Now I'm kind of curious. These both have the same size weight of bait and bobber, but one is clearly drifting at a different speed than the other. It's kind of interesting. The little ponder actually, that's what I'm liking to see with this ultralight telescopic. That XP is just fantastic. And the telescopic itself, you can get the 4-meter version for like 380 silver. I went with the 7-meter, which was about 420 silver, I think. Pickle and tea action here. We're up to 21 fish so far. $22. Another little Citral there. Been getting messages all day from people talking about the UFO briefings apparently going on today. No doubt some sort of distraction for the media. See what comes of all that nonsense. I wonder if there's something else I could put on the bottom rod that would be a little better than the maggot. All right, let's get some more of those nice size Shemaya. I probably should have picked up another good size 14 hook. I think I've got a 16 on the telescopic right now. The size 14 seems a little bit better at targeting Shemaya. Got something nibbling here. Missed it. So I'm gonna go for this one now. All right, got this one. That's what I mean, like the bolo setup, like the timing gets really awkward having to lock the reel and set the hook if you're trying to juggle it and another rod. I think having multiple telescopics is probably the way to go if you're doing multiple float rods. Another one on. Another dace, not too shabby. Not as many Shemaya as yesterday, but give me a spot I can set this down. There we go. Cast that a little bit further than I meant to. Oh well. Although I guess if you're on an area that doesn't have a current, then you don't have to do the whole wheel lock with the bolo. In that case, it's probably fine. Something is carrying the feeder rod quite a bit, so I'm going to reel that in. Of course, as soon as I set the telescopic down, something gets on. Ooh, it's a nice river mussel there. It's all recast. Man, the timing on this is quite the struggle. This is why I keep saying that rather than fly fishing as the next update, we need dual-wheeled telescopic. How? There we go. It wasn't shown official on it first. Well, if you're looking for river mussels for like fish bait, maggots out here on Seversky seems to be a great option right now. All right. We're up to 27. Much better bite rate than we're getting with the 2 feeders and 1 float last night. Let me recast this so it stays close to the other bobber so I can keep eyes on both. So, Canadian, you targeting any specific fish out there at Norway, or just throwing what you got in each hole and seeing what you get? Recast time. My sun's starting to get low, so I might switch to a couple feeders while it's nighttime. Try to get some rough or something. I think I need to cast these a little bit further out, actually. Go. Sun hits this spot, can be a little bit difficult to see the floats. I wonder if there's a ground bait I can toss out here that would help with this. I think I've got some... Might have some base maggot ground bait laying around I could try. And after this one. Go. Ooh, that was like a decent sigil there. All right, pull it in. There we go. Yeah, still only about a half a kilo. That might be another Shemite. Nope. Pontic Shad. All right. Yeah, that XP I think is definitely worth the expenditure the amount of silver I spent on this rod. There's also why at some point I want to get a good ultralight spinning rod for out here for drifting and trolling. But getting ultralight spinning is pretty expensive. Almost up to 30 fish now. I might check, as soon as the sun sets, I'll go and check the cafe. We might be able to fill in a cafe order with one of those river mussels for lucky. Looks like another sigil. Yeah. Weird when when the fish hits the boat, it sounds like a cat or something. Awkward. All right, sun's setting now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cafe real quick. Nope, no river mussel orders. Dang, a 1.5 kilo sigil. That's huge. Okay, so there's an order for rough. I think we can fill the stace order up. No, I guess the ones we got were too small. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try throwing a couple worms out while it's nighttime, see if I can't get some rough to fill in that rough order. Pull this in. All right, let's put, it's got a size 22 on there, and that should be fine. We'll do red worm. And keep the telescopic one for now. Let's go ahead and pull a second one of these out here. Switch to a size 19. And do regular worm. Hopefully between these two we can catch a few rough to fill that order up. 'Cause 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 And we'll try using this still. Don't usually, at least last night, didn't have much luck float fishing while the sun was down, but we'll see if we can get something out of it. Might even try swapping this to like a worm while it's nighttime. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try that. Downsize the hook to a 20. Throw red worm on there. See if we get anything. Downside is the nighttime here, usually not very productive. There is a spot over here that's decent for burbot at night, but I want to try this area, see if rough will bite. I do know if we go down here to this little 1 meter hole, rough are pretty active there. Looks like there's movement on one of the bottom rods. Go ahead and pull that up. That one, yeah. Another river mussel looks like. Yep. Lots of river mussels in this spot apparently. Shame there's not a river mussel cafe order active. Let's see, yeah, by the time I get down there, nighttime would almost be over. I wonder if this shallow section here would be decent for rough. Let me go ahead and try that. And then when the sun comes back up, we'll cut back over here to the docks. All right, so that's going to be over here somewhere. Right here, maybe? Yeah, I should do. All right, see if we can catch some rough over here in this little shallower part. All right, looks like I need to set this more shallow if I'm going to use it. Get all the way out there. There we go. All right, let's see if we have any luck in this area while it's nighttime. What do we have to? We're up to 32 fish so far. Nothing yet. We got summer coming to a close in a few weeks. Anybody got any big end of summer plans they got? You going to the beach or anything like that? I think it doesn't look like we're going to get any rough here, so I'm going to go ahead and just go back to the docks. And got a few minutes before the sun comes back up. Get this ready. Do I dare try to do 3 float rods when the sun comes back up? I think it's just too much to try to juggle. Let me go ahead and put some maggots back on this. Get it out there. And I think, well, we've got a couple minutes of nighttime left since we're going to have to run one in a few minutes anyways. I'm going to go ahead and manually trigger the little ad break here to give us another hour of no pre-roll ads. And I'm going to take a quick bio. I will be back in just a few minutes, folks. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Looks like we had something run off with our line while I was away. Probably another river mussel. Yep. River mussels here really like those maggots. Here. I'm gonna reorder these two in my hotbar. There we go. Put this back to what we were using before. Wonder how a size 15 hook would do here. 14 seems to get a little bit more Shemaya. 16 seems to get more of the Stitchel. And welcome back from the end, folks. Still nighttime. Wait for that sun to come up so the bite rate will return. Cast these again. Might as well do something a little bit more productive at night and catch some more bait. There we go, got all three. Let's see, I've got, how many skill points do I have? I've got 6 available skill points. I'm kind of tempted to invest in the telescopic rig. I'm going to give that some serious thought because I do like telescopic fishing, and having an increased chance of getting a trophy while I'm doing it seems worthwhile. If anybody has any thoughts on that, feel free to chime in. Go ahead and try throwing a ground bait out here just to give a couple things to try out. Let's see, root, bream, here we go. Base maggot, let's throw some of these out there. See if that helps our bite rate at all. Well, it seems to have helped the feeder rod. There we go. Getting somewhere. Missed it. Missed that one at the stew. Dang. Okay. Seems like I should have been using that ground bait all along. That's a pretty chunky little bream right there. Very nice. Alright, get the floats recast. Sun's just about coming up, which is good. wonder if there's another ground bait besides maggot I could use that would help as well. Nothing on that cast. Come on, son, hurry up and come up. Bring back the Shemai. Seems like something's maybe nibbling on this one. Bunch of ripples around the bobber and it's going slow, but huh. Weird. All right, now we're getting some sunshine. We get the water temperature warmed up, we'll be good to go. Probably need to cast him a little bit further out still. Go ahead and recast him for that. We've got them almost on top of each other now. And I think it looked like for a second there something was going after one of them. Trick is keeping the lines close enough to each other that I can keep an eye on both bobbers. If you drift too far apart, pretty much have to recast. Okay, see if we got something on our bottom rod or if it was just nibbling and got off of it. Something on here. There we go. Hey, no worries, Canadian. You're back just in time for the sun to be coming up. There's another Shemai. So I threw some maggot ground bait out here to see if that helps our catch rate at all. Ooh, look at that, a Donnett's Ruff. Wasn't expecting to pull one of those in. And a bottom fishing game to go with it. All right. Very nice. Given the name of this river, you'd think the Donnett's Ruff wouldn't be as rare here. No, it was nighttime for the most part, so couple river mussels, that was about it. We're up to 36 fish total now. I'm gonna throw up another in-game ad real quick. Go. Hoping to get some more Shemaya though. That's my main goal out here. I'm trying to think, is there a ground bait base that's mayfly or something along those lines? So I'm wondering if it'd be worth it to make a batch of that to throw out there. Got to nibble on the bottom rod again. Let's see, ground baits. Do I have anything that would be along those lines? No. It's a shame. Whatever's on there, I'll reel in a minute. It's like what is this? Little tiny citral. Should be getting the late morning bite rate pickup here shortly. Going to recast these. Definitely not getting as many Shemaya as we were last night, though. Pickle and tea action here. Got something on this line. Oh, there's a decent little citral there, half a kilo. There is a cafe order for 1.5 kilos citral, which I've never even pulled one in as close to 1 kilo. I think the biggest I've gotten was like maybe 750 grams. I'm assuming that's got to be a trophy. And I wasn't hooked. Interesting. All right, we're going to recast these. Get over here, fish. Come on. There we go. I like swinging these fish towards you sometimes. Nothing with mayfly? Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember seeing anything like that. Hopefully maggot will do something for him. The river mussels here sure do like the maggots though. Could try bloodworm ground bait. That might do something as well. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out this current situation though. Like it Seems very random when the lines hit the water, how quick they're going to flow with the current. Time to recast. If the Shemaya bite rate picks up again, though, I may go crazy and try doing 3 different float rods instead of 2 and 1 bottom rod. That'll be sheer madness to try and manage, but go. Come on, take it. There we go. There's another little tiny sitchel. And, okay, thought there was something biting this one, but I'm going to recast it. At some point, I also want to try going down to where the pumpkin seed sunfish like to bite, over by that willow tree with the telescopic rod. See if we can pull a bunch of those in. I think we got something on the bottom rod. Check that. Yep. A little tiny rough. Come on, Shemaya. There we go. Ah, I missed it. Shucks. Go ahead and recast both of these. Got the message in as well. Ah, appreciate that. I'll try, I'll throw some of that ground bait out here and see what we can do with that. Get a couple spots so as it's drifting down, it'll hit them. And I think we've got something on the bottom again. Appreciate that, Canadian. Another river mussel. They are, as I mentioned earlier, if you need river mussels to harvest bait from, come out here to Seversky with some magnets. They're hitting left and right. All right, so let's see if as it drifts past the that bloodworm ground bait, if that doesn't pick up our action a little bit. Come on, Shemaya. To 42 fish now. Not too bad, not too bad. Seems like usually early afternoon is when most of the action hits right here. All right, time to recast these. All right, come on out, fish. Something on that line. Ah, missed it. What we got on here? Another big river mussel. Ah, it's a fish. Another white-eye bream. There we go. Hey, there's another Shemaya and another float fishing game. Excellent. So Canadian, I'm toying with the idea of putting some points into the fixed float rig skill, possibly. What are your thoughts on it? That added chance to get trophies with the telescopic feels like a good idea, maybe. Where's that bolo float at? Missed it. Dang. Yeah, because it especially would be good here, but even outside of here, if I'm feeder fishing, I've usually got a telescopic supporting me somewhere at some point. So I feel like it's at least not a bad investment of skill points, but there's also some rigs for bottom fishing that probably would be useful to put points in as well. I don't know. Let's see, how's my spin fishing skills looking? And the spoon and jigging would be good, but it's a tough call. I've got 6 skill points available right now. Another Pontic shed. We'll at least put a point into it. Because I feel like of all the float fishing ones, telescopic is what I'm going to be using at places more often than anything else. Like bolo rig would be nice, but there's not very many scenarios where I'm going to be using a bolo over a telescopic. What do we got? What do we got? Citral? Looks like it. Oh yeah. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and put at least a point into the fixed line rig. There we go. I wonder if that also applies to let's see, I'm using a bolo rig type on here. I guess you can't really do a fixed float rig on a bolo setup, but all right. Oh. Missed it. Every time I go to drink a little bit of tea, how the fish get me. I need like a, just start tricking the fish and act like I'm going for my tea. That's how you increase the bite rate. Get in here. Hey, that's a decent sized dace. I think that's one of two that applies for one of the cafe orders. Hydrate. All right, all right. All right, so I'm gonna put both these in here. There we go. And I'm going to reach for my tea. Yeah, yeah. Go on to my games. Well, you never speak your plans out loud, the game will hear. And there's another smart man. That XP. See, if that was on the ultrascopic, that would have been over 7,000 XP for no effort. Got something on the bottom rod here. Another wide-eye bream. Hey, 55.5 bottom fishing. What is a little disappointing is that I really haven't gotten very many float fishing gains out here doing this. I think we've gotten one or two today. Right, yes, it's the old the desire sensor. You gotta convince the game and use a little reverse psychology. Be like, I don't want any good fish tonight. Like right now, you know what I want? I want sturgeon, definitely not shamaya. Works every time. Hey, even gave me a float fishing game. Yeah, you know what I really need on this line right here? Catfish. Ah. Well, you gotta be careful because then if it calls your bluff, no, I might end up with a sturgeon breaking my telescopic rod. What do we got? What do we got? We got something big on here. This is it. This is the sturgeon. See, this is it. They're calling my bluff. All right, get in here, Sitchell. Oh. Right in here. Yeah. A little tricky. Come on. Yeah. This Sitchell does not want to come out of the water, does he? In the net. Come on. Ah, jeez. There's a comedy of errors at this point. There we go. Hey, almost a kilo. All right, let's try this again. Still can't believe there's an order for a 1.5 kilo Sitchell. That's a monster of a Sitchell right there. Definitely the downside of this ultralight telescopic rod is getting things up out of the water is kind of tricky. We're up to 51. Not bad, not bad. Line underwater somewhere. Missed it. See, what's weird is that the bobber stays underwater quite a bit as though the fish is hooked, but then you go to set the hook, it's just gone. Got 1.8 kilo situate out here. But one day we'll get something like that. You know, I'm feeling it. I'm going to throw one more point into the fixed line rig. It's done. Missed it again. All right, here we go. Give me that trophy Sichel and even better, a trophy Shemaiah. What's that? Looks like a Shemaiah possibly. Just even no, it's a big old shad. Okay, decent XP either way. Look at that. Almost perfect cast onto the other bobber. Missed it again. I really think that I need to just use 3 telescopics instead of, because that bolo, it's just managing the timing on the bolo is really hard. I'm going to keep trying it. All right, so again, we just want some sturgeon and catfish on these. We definitely don't want big Shemaiah and Sichel. There's a shad. Wonder how much of an effect the bobber size actually has on these fish. It's like another shad. Yep. Decent size, decent XP. The XP is why I really think telescopic ultralight setups are possibly underrated. Another Sichel here. Not bad, almost half a kilo. Yeah, I think someone mentioned the Hercules beetles are really good for the sturgeon there. One day we'll go after those big boys. We're going to need something strong like an upgraded Adriatica for a sturgeon. Oh. The old tea drink fish here. Give me that situation. All right, another situation. Kind of good casting target practice here to get your telescopic casting down pat. Someone was also mentioning that the hole up in the northeast corner by the electric dam on Volkov is really good for catfish. Wow, a perch? Okay. Hey, look at that. Got a telescopic rod. Task completed. This is the first time I've caught a perch at this spot, actually. Yeah, it is kind of crazy how much of a fight you have to deal with for catfish for how little XP and payout they give. I know that record catfish I caught on Volkov that took an hour to bring in only paid like 112 silver. Pretty crummy. Let's pick this one up. Yeah, I agree. I think catfish should definitely be buffed a bit. Oh, unfortunately, Alicia, she was putting up. She fought as long as she could, but over the weekend, she got to where it was just getting to be too much. She was barely had the strength to purr. So unfortunately, Monday I did have to bring her into the vet to be euthanized, unfortunately, but got over 14 happy years with her. I appreciate that. I'll miss her, but I'm glad she's not suffering. I let her fight as long as she could, but it just got to where it was just going to be too hard for her to keep fighting on. So I made the decision on Monday. Getting her cremated and getting her a little nice rosewood box for her remains and stuff like that. The other cat, Lex, he's grumping around somewhere. I think he's taking a nap right now, actually, but he's doing good. Not really. I've still got Lex, the other cat, right now. I got him, Alicia, and another cat, Brutus. I got all around the same time back in 2009. Brutus passed away in I can't remember now if it was 2020 or 2021. And so Lex is he's 14 years old too, senior cat. So I don't want to try to introduce him to a new kitten or anything of that sort. And another little Shemaya there. Just again, the timing on this bolo to set the hook is so narrow. Appreciate it, man. It's definitely sad. I mean, it's 14 years, but harder to watch him suffer than anything. And so I wanted to give her as much time as I could. Where if she was my rule is more or less if she was at least able to have enough strength in her and in little enough pain that she could come out and about and get some purrs and some snuggles and stuff. Then I wanted to let her keep fighting on. And around Sunday, I could tell that it was just too much. And then Monday, she was struggling just to put out a purr. So, yep, absolutely, she's not in pain anymore. Little shed. Heard a nibble there. Another tiny sigil. Now the other one that passed away a couple of years ago, Brutus, he was a huge cat, but he had all sorts of different chronic health issues. He had asthma. He had also chronic kidney disease, but he had it for a long time. Had diabetes. Okay, we got both of these going at once here. Another dace. Thought for sure something was on there. Another river mussel. Sun's starting to set here. What are we up to? Up to over 60? Not bad at all. My trick worked. I was reaching over for my tea. As soon as I started reaching, bobber went under. Oof. You know, that sounds like I'm definitely sorry to hear that. I hate to, it's always sucks to have to do that for any pet. It sounds to me like if you guys were feeding her lightly and she was putting that much weight on, I'm willing to bet that she had hypertension. That's another common ailment seen in cats, and that's one of the symptoms is that they'll just eat and eat and eat, and it'll like their weight will just go crazy. It was actually one of the things when Alicia's first started having some issues with her kidney. We originally thought it may have been hypertension, so we were doing testing for that, and that's when we found the kidney values elevated. Get over here, fish. Another Shemaya. Hey, another foot fishing game. We're getting ever so close to that 45% mark. Yeah, it's definitely never easy. It's actually one of the reasons why, like, I in the past looked into some more slightly not really exotic pets, but uncommon pets like possums and stuff like that. But I didn't realize that their lifespan is typically only like 2 years in captivity. It was like, yeah, it's hard. Like there's like that weird thing where you have the older cats, like obviously like a cat or a dog, something like that, where you get 15, 20 years with them. makes it especially hard. But then if their lifespan's only 1 or 2 years, it's hard to like even build that close of a bond because you know it's only going to be for such a short amount of time. It's weird. I had no idea that their lifespan was only that long. And then you get some things like parrots and some turtles and tortoises. Those things live over 100 years, so they'll outlive you if you take good care of them. Starting to get the hang of this bolo hook setting. Still tricky though. Another sigil. Yeah, it's not all turtles, but certain species, and I think especially tortoises, the ones that are because you got turtles are amphibious, whereas tortoises are the ones that are fully land reptiles. And I know tortoises especially tend to have really, really long lifespans. Yeah, certain turtle ones too live really long. And then, like I said, the African parrots and a few other species. I think maybe parakeets have like a 75 to 100 year lifespan. Problem with birds though is, man, until they're like 20 plus years old, they are incredibly fragile. Like they are really tricky to properly tend to take care of. Snapping turtle, man, those things, those are another species I think do live a really, really long time. And I have seen some people that have had snapping turtles as pets. Like a lot of those reptiles, if you rear them from when they're babies, you can tend to get away with having them as a pet, and they usually won't snap at you or anything. But man, it's just thinking about those things are terrifying. They'll snap right through your bone. What's going on here? We got everything biting at once. I don't want to miss whatever's on that other line. Nope, I got it. Another sigil. Hey, finally got a sigil over 1 kilo. All right. So snakes, they're another one, like even venomous snakes, if you rear them from when they're young, you can handle them, but it's still dangerous. Like venomous snakes, you can grow a bond with them and handle them to an extent, but it's just like so risky. But I've never had a pet snake myself, but I've had some friends that did, that I'd go over and handle them and stuff like that. They're all right. They some of them have a pretty decent lifespan. I know like some of the boa snakes have, I think, around a 25-year or so lifespan. Let's see if we can get 1 or 2 more fish before nighttime fully sets in here. I'd love to go to Russia and meet Messi the cougar and Luna the panther, popular YouTube videos that the couples that own them as pets. They're adorable. So I love like the feline species compared to canine. Wolves behave very differently than, that's a tiny little schwein there, behave very differently than domestic dogs, but like large cats tend to have a lot of the same behavioral mannerisms as just a regular old small domestic cat. Yeah, bearded dragons are they're very popular and fun pets to have. I used to when I lived in California years ago, I would catch a lot of different lizards and keep them, and did have an iguana that I purchased at one point, but I enjoyed it. The climate where I'm at now, because of the natural humidity, it's kind of a pain in the butt to properly keep reptiles. You have to have like all sorts of different climate and humidity control systems, but yeah, reptiles are definitely fun. I do have my fish and shrimp that I've got. Which some fish also have pretty long lifespans. Plecos, for example, are a pretty common species where they're one of the fish that when you get them, they'll be like the length of your pinky. As the years go on, they get huge where you need a giant tank to handle them. But they live like 30-ish years, I think. And come on, let me set the stupid thing down. There we go. One thing you learn from keeping some fish species is that some fish absolutely have personalities to them. Like I've had several different species of betta fish, and they've all had distinctly unique personality traits to them. It's pretty neat. Another Shemaya. Surprised we're actually getting a pretty good bite rate at nighttime right now. I think it's because the temperature is still over 20 degrees. So pumas, they're not as known for hissing. The one that people do keep, the caracals, those ones, like, hissing is their form of meowing, basically. Those ones, like, it's weird because it does seem like they're just roaring at you because that's how they just communicate, is with a hiss. Pumas will, generally, if they hiss, that's because they're actually mad. We actually, so puma, cougar, mountain lion, so kind of all the same, different names for the same species. We had, when I lived in the mountains in California, we had a lot of mountain lions out there. And I had a little orange tabby that was raised with Rottweilers, and he was the most fearless little cat. And we would have to go and run the mountain lions out because he would figure out that the mountain lions couldn't get to him under the cars. So he would find mountain lions, taunt them, and then run under the cars where they couldn't get to him. So we would hear the mountain lions roaring right outside and have to go run them off. That freaking cat, man, he was something else. Get in my net. Yeah. Getting these larger fish in the net with this rod. Such a pain. Come on. That's weird. Like, even though this rod has a 2.3 kilo capacity, it seems like anything over 600 grams, it can't get up out of the water. Ugh. Ooh. Come on, come on, come on. Struggle session. Come on. Just reach down there with the net, you stupid thing. Come on. Why is it gotta be so difficult? Why? All right, all right. Stay right there. Yeah. Just... So a word of advice, if you go with the ultrascopic or ultralight telescopic, don't get the 7 meter. It's apparently just too long to be worth it. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to just bring it on shore, maybe? I don't really have a way to get to the shore. Maybe I can flick it over here. Maybe. This is terrible. I literally cannot pull it up off the water. Come on. Come on. All right. Let's see if I can somehow navigate this over to dry land. No! Lost it. We lost it. I think it was probably only like an 800 kilo, or not 800 gram sitchel. Anything under like 600, that pole cannot pull them up out of the water. Let's see. So I don't think that uses up the line, does it? Oh, I guess it does. No, okay, so it still has the line in there, but it did use up my size 16 hook. So let me go replace that. And let's see, I did have a spare bobber for it, right? That's definitely the downside of telescopic, is that if you get in a rough spot, there's really no recovering it. Right, let's see, classic hooks. Good old happy hook, size 16. There we go, it's like it never happened. But I think that's probably a good spot to go ahead and start doing our turn-in here. Did we fill any cafe orders? Don't think we got enough there, nope. Hey, we can do the dace order. So that's good. Definitely didn't get that. Definitely did not get that. It's like the dace is the only one we can do. Alright, so first, let's see what do we got in our keep net. I'm going to guess 117. 206 from Canadian. Wow! 262 in just a keep net? I was not expecting that much. Plus, we've got the cafe order. Oh, okay, that's why. That one Donitz rough was worth almost 64 silver on its own. Jeez. Those Shemaya, though, man, they are fantastic for XP and silver for pretty much no fight. So let me just go ahead and check. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I'll be giving up. Let's see, so that's basically 14 silver, give or take. Yep, you won the closest tonight for sure. All right, so yeah, this is worth it. That gets us about an extra 13 silver over everything, so that was 27 plus. Okay, so roughly 275 silver. Not bad at all. This float fishing here, now that we've figured out the tactic, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to try juggling 3 float rods next time. Definitely 2 of them need to be telescopic though, but like this was a really good catch rate. Those Shemaya were giving really good silver, really good XP. Already almost made up at about 200 shy of where I started the day out because the rod was a little over 400 silver. And then I bought some various tackle and the bait and everything, but that was a pretty good little showing for what we did. Go and get our traditional end of stream bait scoop action here. Hey, we got all 3. That's good luck right there. But that looks like a good spot to call it here. So I appreciate everybody coming out. You guys all have some good luck fishing on your end. I think we'll give the float fishing here a try again before we go to Sura. I want to really lock down this Shemaya strategy and try 3 float rods at once. But it's a pretty good night, and I hope everyone has a good one, and I'll catch everybody next time. Take it easy, folks.